Whenever I used to see, like, Deepika, probably Priyanka Chopra, I was like, how the hell they have such beautiful bodies, and I have to do it for myself. How can you do that to your body? You have that responsibility towards yourself. We have that selfless attitude, but selfless is not something, that needs to be applauded. Self-care is something that needs to be applauded. Alcohol is not good for you. No, nicotine is not good for you. No, smoking is not in any amount, not even wine. You don't have that strong body. You have taken one step ahead to give birth to a new life. How are you going to do that? When you hear somebody else's experiences, their learnings, it becomes the best educator for you in life. Better than any institution, better than any college, any degree. You learn most from people's experiences, and when you put yourself into that situation, you understand, how would I have done that better? How can I learn from the mistake that this person did? And that becomes the best educator in your life, and that is what I have been doing. And for me, as like my most formative years or my growth years was always about health, nutrition, my body, and I did my whole career in this space. So my most formative years were always about my body, and that's when I can say that I learned few things that probably in the last 10 years about my body that I want to share with all of you. And these important things that I learned in the last 10 years probably is something that might help you as well in your journey in developing that relationship with body. I hope that after listening to this podcast or this video, you get better understanding of your body. You learn something out of my experiences and the mistakes that I did. So yes, this podcast is going to be about 28 things that I learned in last 28 years of my life about my body and how it transformed my relationship with it now. So, first thing first, I would like to address this, that appearance is temporary. Your body changes every decade. And if you do something extra for it, like if you become more physically active or you become underactive or you are taking good care of your nutrition or you have started not taking care of what you eat, then your body changes very, very often. And that is inevitable. So, focusing on appearance will never give you any long term benefit or the confidence that you might need in your life. Appearance will definitely be remain temporary. The way I used to look in my probably my 20s or probably in my teens, I'll never look the same in my 30s. So it will keep on changing, and acceptance of that appearance is what makes it easy, makes it more comfortable for me to live with what I have today. I know it might sound a little preachy, but appearance is definitely temporary. What you build inside as a personality, that matters. And when I say that, I know I'm a health influencer, I am a health coach, I help people transform their body and their life. But when I say body transformation, I just focus on developing routines, developing lifestyles, and developing something that is much beyond the appearance. You cannot change anything about your height that has been given to you from your genetics. You got that from your parents. Similarly, you cannot do anything about your face structure, the shape of your body, or the shape of your legs. You cannot do much about it. It is driven from genes, your DNA, right? What you can do about it is your routine, your fitness, your health. So when people come up to me and say that I want to change the shape of my face or the shape of my body, I have this much here, I have my flabby arms, I went through that. I really went through each and every bit of that feeling, wherein I always felt that why is my face so rounded? My arms are so big? Why it doesn't look the way it should look? And why it does not confine itself to the standards of a perfect body? So I have always been into that kind of a difficult relationship with my body, with the way it looked. And that is when, with the experience of last 10 years, where I have started accepting the way I look. Second thing that I learned in the last 28 years is that don't do it for others. So yeah, I know it's everything is connected. So I started my weight loss journey because people in my college were bullying me about my weight. They were comments about the way I look. They commented about uh, how should I look, and they always, made me feel less petite and not so confident. And that should not be the reason for you to get onto your health journey. Because if you do that, what happened with me that they started commenting on my weight and they started body shaming me, and that's when I started my weight loss journey. And when I lost weight, people started commenting on how lean I look or how thin I look. So they started doing skinny shaming, or something that is just opposite of weight gain, that is you have lost too much of weight. So you can never please everybody around you. You cannot do that. You can never take care of everybody, and what they think about you. What you can control is your actions, your routine, your health, and how you feel. At the end of the day, you have to do it for yourself. When you focus on doing it for others, you will always end up feeling small, feeling unsatisfied, because they are never going to get happy with whatever you are. Even if they are like the closest to ones to you, they won't understand how you feel at the end of the day. So don't do it for anybody else in this world. Just do it for yourself. When you get onto your health journey, the reasons should be right. The reasons shouldn't be like people commenting on how do you look, or people commenting on how you should look. It should always be about your health, your feelings, the way you feel. Your body should be the way you feel. My day should go like this. How you want your routines to be, how you want to work out, how you want to eat. Everything should come from you, within you, from you, and with responsibility and awareness. And when I say all of these things, it doesn't mean that when it comes from you, it should be coming out from a lazy standpoint, or coming from people who become lazy, or they're not responsible towards their health and their body, and they just end up doing things irresponsibly or carelessly. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about people who are responsible and they do it for themselves, understanding and being aware about their body. They're aware about their health conditions. They're aware about what exactly you need today. So when you do this and when you're aware about it, you just start dissing what people have to say, right? People have to say, if people come up with anything, they will always relate it to appearance more. They'll never understand what you exactly feeling, what health conditions that you might have developed, what is the root cause of the problem that you have. If they come up and say that you have gained weight, they'd never know that what is the reason behind it, right? So if they don't know the root cause, why you need to give them that kind of attention that they don't deserve, right? So yes, stop doing it for others, do it for yourself. That has been my second important learning, because I have for the longest time done it for others, and dusted, and realized that you should never do it for anybody else but you. Next important learning has been shortcuts are horrible. So, yes, I have done it all. I have tried all the possible shortcuts, because, when you're young, your hormones are like, you want to do it everything today. I just want to get it done in the next 7 days, next 2 days, like, I want to change it tomorrow. And we don't focus on, things that give us permanent results. We just get attracted to things that will give us quick results, and that what is something that I have been doing in my early years, that I just got attracted to all the kind of different oils, shakes, pills, things which are never ever meant to give you results that are sustainable. And the reason is very common. It starts from the fact that I want quick results. I want short term results. I just don't want it. I want it very quickly. So that is what, transforms the mindset. And when you look for short term results, The mindset itself is a problem there. And I have been through that difficult mindset problem wherein being attracted to all of these shortcuts and not getting results give you so much of depression and anxiety. I cannot tell you. I have been through that kind of a situation where I bought a very expensive weight loss oil, applied it on my body, to and expecting that it will give me some magical results in next 3 to 4 days, which obviously never happened. But I just today, when I look back and wonder how I can be so stupid to think that there can be a magical drink or a magical pill or a magical shake that can transform my body and not me. Today I know about it. Today I know that there is nothing in this world except you, except your routine, except a calorie deficit, what you eat and what you burn, that can make you lose weight. And not just me. I know so many teenage girls who must be watching this video today get attracted to these shortcuts. And this is not us. This is the advertising out there. This is the marketing techniques that brands use in order to promote their products. When I remember when I used to watch television, there were so many advertisements about belts, about quick fixes, quick results. Now do this and you'll get this quick result in just 2 3 days. Lose 10 kgs in 10 days. And I have been through that difficult situation when you expect results in 10 days and then you end up getting nothing. So yes, this is the very important learning that I want to share with all of you who's watching this video today, that do not fall for shortcuts. This is something that I've been saying from the very first video of mine, that weight loss or your health journey is not temporary, it's a lifelong journey. You cannot expect fitness to be there with you for like 2 days 3 days, then you are not in the right path towards better health or better body. You are just looking for a short term or a temporary result, which might not give you a long term happiness. So, yes, my third learning has to be about shortcuts are horrible. Don't go for it, they're unreal. Next important learning has to be about dropping the scale. Yes, it's an important measure. I had a weighing machine at my place. I have my own academy, so we definitely have a lot of weighing machines. But I don't remember if I have checked my weight in last probably 6 7 months. I do it to track my progress in once in 2 months, once in 3 months, or like maybe once a while. But I don't do it regularly. I cannot think of putting myself to that anxiety that you get every day in morning when you stand on the weighing machine. Why you just want that number to drop? Because you see that that dropping number gives you a little bit of motivation, but that increasing number just destroys your mood completely. And your body weight completely fluctuates every day. Your body is not just about fat. It is having muscles, it is having bones, it is having lot of water retention. You might have a lot of carbs yesterday, and then you can see it on your weighing scale the next day. So dropping scale is a very important way that helps you not regulate your mood every day. Usually whenever you put yourself onto that anxiety ridden punishment every morning, it drives your mood the entire day. If I see a increase in my weight today, I'll not eat anything that I have been eating normally, right? For that particular day, I'll feel bad, I'll feel sad, I'll feel demotivated. If I see good results, then probably I'll be motivated for 2 or 3 days. But why to put myself into that state, or in that punishing stage wherein I will not feel complete, I will not feel happy, I'll not feel just satisfied with myself and my body because I'm seeing a number on a scale that's changing continuously. My periods will have a different weight. My post periods, before periods, morning, evening, your body keeps on changing. So why to, put yourself into that difficult situation in which that number drives the way you think or the way you feel? Stop doing that. So yes, dropping a scale is one of the very important thing that I learned in my past few years. And I can tell you that I'm much more happier, much more fitter, much more healthier when I drop that scale, because now what I do is defined by the way I feel. If I feel happy, I feel satisfied, if I feel fit, I do the things that makes me do that instead of that weighing scale. So my actions are not driven by the scale, it's driven by the way I feel. And that is one of the most important learning that you can take away from it as well. The next important thing that I learned was awareness about yourself. you know Mostly, like till the age of 23, 24, I didn't know anything about woman's body. I'm just learning every day. And I feel that it is a constant process, constant learnings, which is very important for every girl to learn to understand. Your hormones keep on changing, your body keeps on changing, but awareness of that change is crucial for every woman to read, to learn. Now most of you must be watching this video. I really urge that everybody out there get a better understanding of how you feel, how your body responds, how your body responds to different phases in your life, how your body responds to periods, what you should do while you are being on your period. So you should definitely take those steps towards learning and towards awareness about your body. And my body will be different from your body, so everything that I'm doing for myself won't work for you. But definitely being aware about the normal important changes that happens to every woman's life, like probably puberty. When hits, then what are the changes that might come to your body? When periods arrive, then what are the changes that might arrive as a part of that phase in your life? So you must know about those phases, you must be aware about certain facts and principles on, yes, this is the way my body will respond to aging, this is the way my body will respond to periods, this is the way my body will respond to pregnancy, this is the period my body will respond to, probably change in lifestyles, change in lifestyle after marriage. So yes, awareness about your body is important. So reading, learning, and like listening to this kind of a podcast, so it will definitely help you get better, uh, get closer to what you are, be aware about how this works, how this works. You should know all about it. I know that these are very taboo topics to talk about, vaginal health, or to talk about your intimate organs or something like that, but it's important. Go read about it so that you are aware how your body responds to different kind of situations. Next important learning that I discovered is crucial for every human being, not just women or men. In a society, we just more targeted towards women. However, it is important for every human being. It's a very important life skill, that is cooking. Now you must be like, I don't have time to cook, or I don't have time to manage my schedules with cooking. I know that it is difficult for you to manage everything together, but cooking is a lifesaver. You all have been into COVID times. There's no helps. You were not going out. You have to manage it on your own, and you understood the importance of cooking for yourself. You cannot rely on anybody else but you to get the food that is healthy. You not only realize about the psychological part of eating, you also realize the nutrition part of it. You also realize that what these spices will do to my body, how much to add, how is garlic benefiting me, how is orange benefiting me. So this is how you become aware only when you get into that science of cooking. So yes, cooking is a very important life skill. Rather than depending or relying on anybody's else for very important and a very crucial aspect of your life, that is food, it is important that you learn something about cooking. It is important. And I am not saying that just go cook each of your meals. I don't do it. But I know about it. I try to incorporate it in my daily, weekly routines, because that is important. This is a important life skill. Focus on cooking. It gives you an understanding that I think you can never get about nutrition anywhere else, just by doing and implementing yourself. Next follow up point will be awareness about nutrition. So yeah, when you are aware about little and more important aspects about food and its nutrition, you do things in a very guided way, right? You want to eat pizza, go eat it, but you know exactly what you're getting from it and what you're not getting from it. So when you get that awareness, you are just mindful of your life. When you are mindful of your life, you take decisions in a very content way. You are not guilty about having pizza, and you're not guilty of not having one. So you're just aware about food, nutrition, what these cells in your body need, and that what makes a huge difference. It will make a huge difference to your health. It will make a huge difference to everybody's health around you as well. And that's what brings me to the next point, that is educating about nutrition, to your educating your parents about nutrition. I know that this might be tough. This might be like a real task to educate someone who has a different thought process, who have been their own pseudo science attached to it. But even little bits and pieces, and even if you can, make them learn one new thing every day, it can actually impact their health and indirectly yours. Because when you have an educated and well known, well aware, well learned people around you, I can see that health always supports. And you get better with concentration, you get better with understanding of important aspects of life, your mood is better, you feel happier, you feel just better in every aspect of life. So, yes, educating yourself about nutrition and then educating your parents about it makes a huge difference. So, yes, try and learn just one new thing every day, and try and make your parents learn one new thing every day. Moving on to the next very important point, that is again a follow up of the previous point, that is unfollow misinformation. We are, because food science have been there with us since ages, so we also have some pseudo misinformation attached to it since ages. Whenever I will say that, this particular food item has this and this benefit, there will be 10 other people coming with the problems attached to it, or the benefits attached to it, because everybody have been given different kind of gyan from their parents, grandparents, and they all have so much of so much of information, or so to say misinformation around. And with the time and age where we live in, wherein internet just spreads misinformation faster, I believe that it is a time when you have to get your sources verified. I know you might get a good WhatsApp news about cancer causing food, then you might see a video stating that this might cause cancer and scaremonger you about food. But that is something that needs your attention, that is something that needs your verification. If you see an information on internet and you feel that, yeah, it's a little bit conflicting, just go and verify it. When you verify it, you will always be aware about misinformations that is around you. Because if you stay with that misinformation, you're also not doing good to the society. You are also transpiring that misinformation. You are propagating that misinformation to your children as well, because you are not aware about it. Yesterday I read a WhatsApp about this and this thing causes cancer, and that is what you just propagate among the new generation or the future generation also, right? And when they will get confined with this misinformation, I am just scared of the world where there is only misinformation and there is nobody who talks logically. I'm just very much scared about being in that world. Misinformation is what scares me. And I really urge everybody who's watching this video today that you unfollow any kind of misinformation that you get from internet or sources. Just stop right there, verify the source, verify the information, and then move ahead. Just don't listen to it. मैंने कहीं सुना था कि ऐसा होता है, मैंने कहीं सुना था कि ऐसा होता है, I heard somewhere somebody told. Do not go with that information. Stop right there. When you hear something that is conflicting, go and verify it rather than just taking it ahead with you. Moving on, very important point, that happiness doesn't mean damage. So I never consumed or alcohol, I never smoked in my life. But I know it from my friends who say that I feel happy when I am, high with alcohol. We feel happy when we are high with smoke. And I always realize, I always felt this, and that's why I want to share this. I know this is like a little bit of a controversial statement, but uh, how come happiness means damage? How you can feel happy for a moment, and that's why you just put your body onto a circumstance that leads to a permanent or a severe damage. We This is not something that I'm saying for the first time. We all know that alcohol in any amount is not good for your body. We know that smoking in any amount is not good for your body. Nicotine does not help your body. Alcohol does not help your body. It always works negatively. And still we go on consuming it because we feel that gives us that temporary happiness. And you want that temporary happiness. And that's when I have that question to everybody who's watching this video. How can a short-term happiness can be a real um, reason for a long term damage? How can you do that to your body? You have that responsibility towards yourself. I can definitely say to each and every viewer of mine that no, alcohol is not good for you, no, nicotine is not good for you, no, smoking is not in any amount, not even wine is nothing in any amount. No research has ever come up in life that states that this much amount of alcohol is good for your body. Nothing is good for your body when it comes to alcohol or nicotine. So yes, stop it if you're doing it for happiness, because happiness only, this short term happiness can leave you with a severe damage. Next important learning for me was not let emotions break my routine. So usually we associate emotional eating with the stress that we have in our life, and sometimes you feel extremely excited and happy, some days you feel extremely stressed, and some days you just don't feel anything. And because of these mood changes, you let your routine suffer a lot. And I've done that to myself. Whenever I used to be like extremely excited, I did a lot of workouts, and when I was like sad, I didn't have that much of excitement, I didn't do my workouts, I ended up eating a lot of unwanted food which my body is not even wanting, or more not even craving for. So yes, attaching yourself to emotions that it leads to breakage of your routine is something that we need to avoid, all of us. Like I know it's very difficult to now till today. If I am stressed, the first thing that comes to my mind is how to satisfy my emotions with food. We usually just divert our attention to food. What we want is diversion from the life situation that might have happened to us. We divert it to eating more, or probably eating less, or to not following up to a routine, and just change something so that our mind gets diverted. And that's okay, but do something else for diversion. Involve yourself something that gives you real pleasure and happiness, not just something that gives you temporary confusing happiness, because the food just confuses you. It gives you a like little bit of diversion at that particular time, but in a longer run it is not helping you with that problem. Facing your problem from the front is more important than getting into an escape. And with that escape only people get into that smoking, alcohol, because they want to escape from the realism of life or the problems that they have in life. They just want to escape from reality. That escape is okay, but find a right way to escape. If you are really stressed, or you have something that you want to channelize your energies with, then do your workouts, you go for a walk, spend time in environment. I can assure you that would be something better that you can do to your body and your health, and help you better handling that situation as well. I have done that. Last few years have been wherein I am not navigated towards food when I'm stressed. I'm just, process. I just try to face the problem from the front, process that information, and I'm like, okay, this has now happened to me. I need not to divert that energy for something that will cause much more severe damage. So yeah, this is something that has actually helped me and will definitely help everybody out there, that do not let emotions break your routine. Instead of that, divert your energy following that routine to its truest way or to its truest potential. Moving on to the next important learning, that is transition need time. So when you grow older, from like a child to being a teenager, when puberty hits, there is a transition time. So usually we panic in that transition time, like what is happening with me, these are so many hormonal changes, why is this happening? And that transition needs time. Similarly, when you don't have periods and then suddenly you start getting your period, that is a time for your body that responds to this environment, and that needs time and attention from you. That needs, space. That needs just letting it be. Similarly, when you get married, it needs time. All of the transition from getting married to being, bearing a child, or menopause, women goes through a lot of changes in her life and lot of phases. That phases need time, and that time is something that you need to give. You cannot deal it with medications. You cannot, deal it with stress. You cannot deal it with just, being anxiety ridden. You have to deal it the way it comes, and you have to accept the fact that this is a transition phase of my life and I have to handle it the way it is, rather than, being going paranoid about it. Everybody goes through it. Every woman that you see around has to go through all these stages in I am the life that I mentioned recently. So every woman goes through these changes in life. It has, you're not special. And when you stop taking yourself so seriously and let the time pass and understand the transition well, and do the things that needs to be done at that transition phase, it will be easy for you to accept your bodies. It will be easy for you to accept that time. Moving on brings me to a very important point that I've always been saying on my all Instagram videos, all my YouTube videos, that you first and your choices first. You have to keep yourself first. Start doing something that makes you happy first, because if you are not happy from yourself, you'll not be able to take care of others. Women has that inherent urge to help everybody around them. They want to take care of everybody. They are like, caregiver, but you have to be care seeker first in order to give or help anybody around you. So you have to take care of yourself, your body first, so that you can do it for others. That is a very important point, and I have been like saying it a lot, and I know that even if I say it every day, women in our lives will not start taking care of themselves first. And that is something inherent within us, that we have that selfless attitude. But selfless is not something, that needs to be applauded. Self care is something that needs to be applauded. So whenever we see celebrities online or on television, we just set them as a standard. We just consider them as our standards for our body goals, relationship goals, or anything that they are going through in life. We just start considering them us. And then it becomes harder. Whenever I used to see, like, Deepika, probably Priyanka Chopra, I was like, how the hell they have such beautiful bodies, and I have to do it for myself. But we don't realize that that is their job. That is something that they're doing it for their living. And I don't need it in my life. I need to be good at what I am good at. And that is something that I have to figure out for myself, and not drive my confidence from somebody else's body or somebody else's standards that they might have set. And that is not something true as well. They never show the negative aspect to it as well. The health problems that they might have been suffering, the problems that they're going through, they just picture themselves perfectly on social media or on internet at that particular time, and then that is what we consider as standards for us, and that is a problem. When we just see just a bright and a positive side in someone else's life, we feel that our life is lacking something. If we see that somebody else has just beautiful, perfect health, life, body, we feel why we might have something less. We might have something that is not complete. And that is a very big problem. Stop idealizing celebrities because they are doing it for their living, and you have to do it for yourself. You have to do it for your feeling. If you stop standardizing these un attainable bodies, you'll feel more secure, you'll feel more body positive, you'll do it for a better health, you will do it for better feeling, you'll be doing it to feel good rather than look the way you want it to be. Next important point is about your parents. So usually, in my teenage, I was like, whenever my mother used to come up with the glass of milk, I was like, I don't want to drink milk because I've read somewhere that milk gives me bloat, and I don't want to eat it. However, your parents have been having it for years and they have been feeding you with the same, and you have been doing really well with it. So they know exactly about your body, you know exactly about how well they want for you. They will never give you something that is not good. They might be unaware, but your genes, your genetics, your routines, your habits are coming from generations way above you, right? So some things are there in your DNA, some things are there in your genes. If your body is not lactose intolerant, you might be that milk might give you certain important benefits, and your parents might know about it. So do not always diss what your parents are saying. They might guide you in the right direction with respect to your body as well. If your parent have a certain body type, you might have that same body type, and that is something you can't do anything about, and you need not to do anything about it. As we mentioned in the first learning itself, that appearance is something that is temporary. What you need to focus on how you can do best of what you have today. Next important learning was something really personal. So when I was stressed because of my body, my health, I used to cry alone in my room. I never shared it with anybody, and that is what is my problem. I never share it with people. I just handle it on my own. I try to process the problem that I have in my life and try to get done with it, because I believe that there is nobody else in this world that can help me solve my problem better than I can do. But that's not true. When you are stressed, if you talk to somebody, it just gives you a different perspective. They might guide you in a right or wrong direction. You need not to just get that direction at that particular time. You just need to vent it out. You just need to share it. You might share it with your friends, family, whosoever you want, but share that, because when you're stressed, and when you're not sharing it with anybody else, you have a different way of dealing with it. You pressurize a lot on your body. You just keep a lot within yourself, and that leads to unwanted anxiety, unwanted sadness, depression that might not help you. And yes, make sure that you share it with the world, and that's why I'm sharing it with all of you today. I know that it is a better one step ahead, wherein we have developed this community where I can share whatever I want, and where my learnings can be a part of your learnings. And when I'm like sharing my learnings, I'm also learning myself. It's not just I'm sharing it with you and I'm not going to apply it to myself. I'm just going to learn bits and pieces of all the learnings that I shared with you today, to me as well. So yeah, it is important to share it with anybody when you are stressed. That's a very important point, and I've gone through this. When you are career oriented and very ambitious in life, you just want everything to align with your career. You want your health also to align with your career. I have never realized this, that the importance of health comes way before your career. And I slept almost nearly hours or 2 or 3 hours a day, and then worked up so much, because I always believed that this is my time. This is my time to crush my goals. This is my time to do my best, and I still do that. I still not sleep for hours, and I don't I take my health for granted because of this thing. But I have seen that if I'm taking my health for granted, my career also suffers. And at the very same time, they're always related. You can never grow in your career if you're not keeping your health first. So you believe that I want to do this work right now, right here, instead of sleeping well, instead of eating well, instead of doing something that's good for my body, it will not take you a longer way. It will not never take you a longer way in your career as well. You actions you take for your career needs to be right in the direction which align with your health as well. It should always be the case. Next important point is about work life balance. Yes, again, a follow up point to the previous one, that you need family, you need time, you need to spend with people other than work for sure. Because if you're not doing it, you will end up hating the things that you're doing. Because if you're worked up so much, at the end of the day, you are putting a lot of pressure on your mental health, and as a result, you become counterproductive. You just not, you're not able to make what you have. Your creativity goes down. You are not able to do things that you really should do with respect to your career. You're not getting the results that you want for yourself just because you have not maintained that work life balance for a very long time. You need that balance. Even if you think that, right, you might set priorities, that this is my work priority, this is my life priority, this is my priority to spend time with my family, but you need that work life balance in your life, because otherwise you will burn out. You will burn out very soon, and that burnout situation is not good. Trust me, I have been through that. I've overworked and then burnt myself out, and then I felt that what was the need? I need to be there with my parents more. I need to be there with my grandparents more. I cannot miss a day when they need me the most. So yeah, that guilt actually struck your cord when you are just burnt out. So yeah, get into that work life balance situation. It's very important for your mental health. Moving on to a very important point, that is attaching yourself with food in a right way. So usually we attach ourselves food in a way that I really love this. I am craving for pizza. I love to eat desserts. I cannot live without dessert. This is a wrong kind of attachment. You read right attachment. Like, when I eat this, this is something that will happen to my body. You need attachment in form of nourishment. This, if you know that this particular food will nourish me in this way, either good or bad, or either like pizza will give me tasteful pleasure, my rice and dal will give me satiety, my millets will give me a long term digestion benefit, my fruits and vegetables will give me vitamins and minerals. It will affect my deficiencies. So when you attach yourself with food along with awareness, it transpires well with your body. It transpires into a situation where you don't feel empty, because if you attach food with the negative connotations, you feel guilty when you, oh, I was just craving for pizza and then I had it. You will attach yourself with the guilt associated with it. So rather than doing that, attach yourself with the nourishment aspect of it. Attach yourself with what you get out of it rather than the pleasure aspect of it. Because if you're unaware about the nourishment aspect of a food, you attach negative connotation of guilt, deprivation, excitement to it, and that's not a right way to go about it. Moving on to the next important point is that exercise is something that you don't do for your body, but you do it for your soul. Last few months I've not been exercising, and I can tell you it has been one of the most horrible part of my lifestyle in the last few months, because exercise does not, I have no major change in my body because I'm taking good care of what I eat, but the major change comes here. I feel incomplete. I feel that I'm not doing something that is nourishing. I'm not doing something that is nourishing my soul. I can tell you, if you attach yourself in with exercise in this way, you are just on the right way path. And why I'm saying this is because when you just do it for your body, you will do it for a few days, few months, and you get some results, and then you get off it, and then you'll again get some results, and then you'll again bounce back to it. This emotion with exercise which I have right now, something that will give me a lifelong benefits of exercise, because I crave for exercise now. I crave for moving. I crave for just moving myself. There's an urge, yaar, बहुत ज़्यादा हो गया. I'm not able to exercise. Not just because my body is changing. It's not because I'm putting on weight. It is because my body is craving for exercise. So that is important. Attach yourself to exercise in that way, because when you do it, you will get the real benefits of exercise. So usually, when we think about exercise, what first comes to our mind when it's just on a superficial level is the gym clothes. Okay, so mostly people exercise because of their gym clothes, but clothes and like you whatever things that navigate you towards exercise should be that intrinsic hunger to exercise, and not those not so important things like gym clothes or situation, temperature, timing. Excuses are something that you might develop when you are not attached to the process in the right way. When you're not attached to exercise in the right way, you will come up with different exercise excuses. जिम में जाने का टाइम नहीं है, वर्कआउट करने का टाइम नहीं है, मेरे पास राइट जिम क्लोथ्स नहीं है, आई डोंट हैव दैट द राइट कंडीशंस, राइट टेम्परेचर, अभी बहुत ठंड है, अभी बहुत गर्मी है. You will attach those excuses to exercise only when you're not attached to it in a right way. So yes, attach yourself to exercise in a right way so that your body start craving for it. You do it to feel better. You don't do it just to show it off to people. Moving on to a very important point that is a very special has a very special place in every girl's life, that is aging, right? And I have gone through it. I always believe why I'm aging, I never want to share that age with people around me. I don't feel like I am getting older. I don't want to feel that I'm getting older. And that happens to every woman around me. They don't want to be called like older. They don't want to be called aunties. Nobody wants that, right? So aging is a part of a life that we just want to avoid. But aging is inevitable. We have to accept that as we grow older, things will never be same as they were, right? So as you grow older, your body also age, right? Your body definitely has to tackle to a same situation very differently, because your body has just grown older. The way you handled weight loss, your journey, your health, or your metabolism was very different from the way you'll handle it in 20s or your 30s or your 40s. So it will just become more difficult. And when it becomes difficult, the importance of acceptance plays a very important role. So when you just focus on developing a routine, aging will become easier. So what makes things worse is the health problem or the health conditions that might develop because of not taking good care of your routine. So metabolism is getting disturbed, you are getting older, your bones are getting weaker, your organs are getting older. Everything will never work in your favor. So what is working in your favor is the routine that you might have developed for yourself. So when you focus on that more, it just helps you handle aging better. You cannot avoid it. It's inevitable for anybody in this world. No pill, no medicine, no nothing in this world can help you prevent aging. Okay, we all know that, right? You cannot be amar for life. We all will die one day or the other. But along with being perishable, the most important part here is that we cannot control on how you die, but you can definitely control on how you live. So yes, just live better, take care of your routine, and when you just focus on this more statement more, it becomes easier to accept aging. Moving on to the important part that is related to your life is that think about your health before taking any life decisions. And specifically, when you talk about marriage and having babies, you have to think about your health before making these life decisions. I know this is a little bit of controversial statement that I'm making, but yes, it's important, because when you don't think about your health before taking these important life decisions, and you just get carried away with emotions, and you don't talk about this with your partner or with your family, then you are the one who's going to suffer, right? You are the one who's going to bear the baby, who is going to like plan everything around. Everybody can make the things just comfortable, but you are who is the person who's going to take care of all the actions that might transpire, and these phases are difficult for you. So you have to take that responsibility. Just don't do it getting emotional. Oh no, I right now I want this in my life. Why you need it? Is your body that much supportive for these decisions to happen in your life right now? Are you just like doing it out of emotions, or out of like pressure or anybody or surroundings or peer pressure, getting attracted to people that might have like done it in their life. Don't do that. Think about your health, your body first, so that you can handle the things and the changes and the transitions that might occur because of that better. Otherwise, there's nobody else that is going to, bear your child. There's nobody else that is going to deliver your baby. At the end of the day, if your bones are not strong, mostly people who come up to me with their thyroid issues, the thyroid was developed after delivering a baby, after pregnancy. Most of the women who have delivered their baby have severe back pain issues, severe knee pain issues, because complete nourishment is gone. They have not taken care of their calcium deficiencies. They have not taken care of their bone density. I'm not taking care of their vitamin D levels. So when you don't have that strong body, you have taken one step ahead to give birth to a new life. How you're going to do that, right? So at the end of the day, you will have to think about the life decisions that you're making with respect to your health. Take good care of your health first. Make sure before getting into like conceiving of a baby, or before getting into that transition of getting married to someone, you develop a good lifestyle. You develop that lifestyle for at least a year or two. Get better with your eating habits. Take good amount of vitamins and minerals, and good amount of protein in your diet, and then get stronger enough to make these decisions. Next important learning that I had was, I always dissed supplements like vitamin D supplement, biotin supplements. I always thought like supplements are something that are, that might be not good for my body. However, that's not the case. Supplements are good when you don't have a choice. If you are able to fulfill the requirements of important vitamin, minerals, and macros in your from your diet, then you don't need supplements. But if like for me, I am a B12 deficient. Okay, I'm deficient since my childhood, and I'm a vegetarian as well, so I cannot fulfill the requirement of B12 from the regular food sources. Also, I'll not be able to do it because my body is genetically defined like that. So I will definitely have to rely on supplements for my body to function the way it should be. So my body needs supplement in that case when I fulfill it from my sources. So yes, supplements are not bad. Just the right kind of supplements. Don't that should not have preservatives or like something that it is not. Like for B12, it should be B12. When we talk about B12, it should be cobalamin. Okay, it should come from that source only. It should not be having any additives or preservatives or added sugar. So yes, that is important. But yeah, supplements are not bad if you need it. Moving on to a very important point, that is prepare your body for stress. That is something that we discussed in my previous learning, but I think it needs a separate mention because usually our response to stress is emotional eating. So yeah, prepare yourself for handling stress in a much better way, like channelizing your energy in doing something that you really like. For example, if you're like really like drawing, painting, then divert your energy there. If you really like cooking, then divert your energy there. If you really like singing, then divert your energy there. But handle your stress in doing things that you really enjoy, rather than getting involved in food, not talking to people, and just getting stressed about things that will not give you any results when you are into that kind of a negative energy. Moving on to a very important point, and my learning for life is routine is imperative. You cannot change about anything about it, whether you are 12-year-old, whether you are 30-year-old, whether you're 50-year-old. Routine is important for everybody. Just the intensity of its importance goes into this graph, wherein it increases every day. Every day you'll have more importance of routine in your life than you had when you were younger. When you are in your 20s, you need routine much more as compared to when you were younger. Usually reverse happen. When you are in school or when you go to your college, you are much more routine oriented, rather than when you are today, when you can do everything on your own, your routine gets disturbed. When you have things in your hand, you just destroy it much more. That is what happened with me, and that's what I'm saying, that as you grow older, routine plays a very important role. So focus on a routine, and when I say routine, just make sure that you have certain timings set for everything that you do. Last second point, that is appreciating yourself for doing good. That is something we are human beings. We need appreciation. We need to gratify ourselves, and when we do so, we are motivated more to do it, right? So instead of just not, yeah, हो गया ठीक है मैं कर रही हूँ for the sake of it, try and appreciate yourself for doing something good to yourself, right? For example, if you listened to this podcast till the end and you have done it because I know that you're getting learning for yourself and for your body. So if you're doing it, then appreciate yourself. Appreciate yourself that yes, oh, I've done something good. I have, when you are following a routine for 7 days, then appreciate yourself. Oh my God, I'm doing something really good. I have done it for myself, and it will definitely give me some great results. And that needs appreciation. And appreciating yourself can be anything. You can gift yourself something, you can treat yourself, you can reward yourself, do anything and everything. But appreciate yourself. That is very important, because our human beings are more attracted towards appreciation. And when we get that appreciation, we try to do it more and more. So yes, when you get good marks, you're more excited to study, right? So that's what is important. Appreciate yourself. Last, in the most important point to every woman out there, start saying no. I know it's hard. It's hard to be selfless. You feel that there is nothing called, that you can do for yourself. That is inherent with in all of us. But start saying no to people around you. If you think that this is not your priority right now and you need time for yourself, start saying no. Your people around you will not understand for 1 day or 2 day or 3 day, but fourth day they will understand that this is your aptitude towards life and your body. If this is a time for you to indulge in self-care, if this is a time to work on yourself, workout, meditation, whatever you want to do for yourself, and if anything else comes up in that particular time, you have to say big no to it. Whether it's your in-laws, your husband, your children, they have to understand that you have a life beyond them as well. And for them to understand, you have to understand that first, right? So yes, start saying no. Start saying no to your children. Start saying no to your parents. Start saying no to your grandparents. Start saying no to your in-laws. Everybody around you. I know I am not saying that be dismissive, be not polite, impatient. I'm just saying, start taking good care of yourself. Start prioritizing yourself first and saying no to things that don't matter at that time. And when you start doing it, things will get better. So yes, that is it. It was 28 things that I learned in last 28 years of my life. I'm 28 years old, and I probably learn one more thing every year. So yes, probably will learn more things in future, but for now these were my 28 important learnings. I hope you found this useful and you will get a little bit of insight on how you have to develop a good relationship with body. And yeah, that's it about this video. I hope you'll find it useful. Stay fit, stay happy. See you in my next video. Bye.